Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about 10 movies with great screenwriting. Now if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on, and let's go into it. Starting with No Country for Old Men. This awesome movie from 2007 uses silence and tension a lot. As a matter of fact, this Coen brothers movie exudes tension, and it does it so well, holding back the dialogue to the point where the moment a character does speak, you're completely on the edge of your seat to hear what they have to say. This type of screenwriting can really be risky as well, as you need to depend on music and other ambient sounds to create the atmosphere. Love it or hate it, this screenwriting trick is very useful, and it's not a surprise this movie was such a success. Next one we have is Rian Johnson for the movie Brick. Before he helmed a crucial role in a Star Wars movie and also in Knives Out, Rian Johnson played his hand at reinventing the hard-boiled detective noir with his writing and directing debut Brick. The movie stars a high school loner who decides to solve his ex-girlfriend's murder. This film is a cerebral and darkly hilarious homage to a long-gone genre once dominant in Hollywood. This is one of Johnson's more acclaimed and purely entertaining films, but it's really the script that is the key to the film's success. Next one we have is Say Anything. This is one of the greatest coming-of-age films of all time to many people. Cameron Crowe's opus Say Anything was released at the tail end of a decade where the genre was dominated by the films from John Hughes. This movie is special as it has a dose of melancholic realism thrown in the mix. But of course, the key to this movie is the screenplay. It manages to create a great story with a bit of more comedic overtones. In general, a lot of people would consider this movie to be a masterpiece and one of the best films ever about teen romance. Next one we have is Donnie Darko. The screenwriter for this film was Richard Kelly, and this was his debut as a writer and a director with the new cult classic Donnie Darko. This movie is definitely special, and the reason behind it is of course the screenplay. In it we have philosophy, science fiction, and of course teen drama. We also have to say that the name of the character as well as the aesthetics of the movie are very special, something that made Donnie Darko one of the classic movies of its time. As for Richard Kelly, the screenwriter, he didn't have a lot of success after this movie, as this was the pinnacle of his career. Next one we have is Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting is a phenomenal story about a brutal Southie band of brothers, one of whom happens to have a brilliant mind. He is very smart, but he lacks the ability to connect emotionally with anyone. But one thing that isn't talked much about is the brilliant monologue, which really boosts the film's artistic expression. And now for our top 5. Reservoir Dogs. Quentin Tarantino is one of the most well-known and celebrated popular screenwriters currently working. With his legendary writing style, he managed to create his own subgenre. Though a great director, Tarantino's impact on the film world in the long term is in his screenplays, which are ablaze with fast dialogue and bursts of shocking violence. His debut, Reservoir Dogs, is a masterclass in building tension and using a lot of misdirections. What can we say more about this awesome film, as it's one of the best Quentin Tarantino films to date. Next one we have is Silence of the Lambs. The intensity of every scene that Clarice and Lecter share is built through each line of dialogue. Hannibal Lecter is one of cinema's greatest and most horrific villains, and the surprising thing is that mostly he doesn't even yell. He is one of those characters that hides behind the social norms, hiding his true nature behind a smile. Even though Hannibal Lecter is very lethal, he still possesses charm, intellect, and the power of persuasion, making this thriller classic a must-watch. Next one we have is Being John Malkovich. This was the debut screenwriting job for Charlie Kaufman, and he managed to surprise everyone with it. Even though this was his debut movie, Kaufman is now considered one of the most unique and revered figures in the business, having crafted some of the most cerebral and original films ever made. The movie is weird, dark, and hilarious, and the screenplay is maybe one of the best debut screenplays of all time. Next one we have is Annie Hall. Woody Allen is a master of neurotic and eccentric banter. If you have characters that match those characteristics, Annie Hall is the first movie you should watch. The characters in this movie talk to each other in a very interesting way. The dialogue in the movie has a specific rhythm, which can really help new screenwriters learn about speech patterns and exchanges. Now, of course, we all know that Woody Allen is a bit controversial, but if you embrace the work, his art is masterful. And now for our number one spot, Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino films are known for their dialogue, and mostly he keeps the conversations very simple, and he doesn't like to write stuff that's gonna just be wasted. He makes it so each and every line of dialogue serves a purpose. Like that, he can create humor without even making jokes. Pulp Fiction might be one of the best works of Quentin Tarantino, as he builds tension with quietness before unleashing rage on all of us. And we also know that the screenwriting is good when there's memorable lines. The lines of Quentin Tarantino movies are cool, sly, and slick, with scenes, characters, and lines that are embedded deeply in our culture. Now, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know down in the comments which movie did we forget, and also what movie to you has the best screenwriting. We wish you a wonderful day, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.